I did this way wrong. I just figured that out. It's fine. It's fine. Hey friends, it's Tess. This is Wander Wealthy, and today we're doing some 12 savings tips for the 12 Days of Christmas kickoff. Let me introduce you to the 12 Days of Christmas officially. For the 12 Days of Christmas, I am just taking this kind of excuse to film 12 videos for you and launch them day after day after day until we're at the Christmas holiday. If you aren't a Christian and you don't celebrate Christmas, then just, use this as a celebration time to see a lot of me. Anyway, with that disclaimer out of the way, I wanted to give you an idea of what to expect over the 12 Days of Christmas, which are pretty much videos on savings tips for the holidays, savings tips in general, goal setting tips for the new year since we're getting towards the end of 2017, and of course, holiday travel tips. So you can expect that over the next 12 days. All right, now that we've said all of that stuff, I want to show you my 12 savings tips for the 12 Days of Christmas, and I'm going to do it in kind of the way, like the backwards way that you hear the 12 Days of Christmas song or the Christmas Carol. Starting with 12, going down to 1. Some of them have something to do with the number that they are given, and then some of them don't, and I just needed to fill in because creativity was leaving my mind as I was brainstorming all of the content for the next 12 days. Before I dive in, make sure if you're new to my channel, you hit the subscribe button plus the little bell so you don't miss out on the future videos of the 12 Days of Christmas, and you can be notified forever and ever into the future when I upload more content all about personal growth, travel, and money. All right, let's dive on in. On the 12th day of money savings, my true love gave to me the advice to have a budget that prioritizes savings for every single month. So 12 months, 12th day of savings. Yeah, you get it. But this is really my truest and honest, most best tip I can give. If you want to save money, it doesn't matter how much money you actually save by cutting bills, and even if you get more money into your life because you're reducing your expenses or you're just making more from a holiday bonus, it doesn't matter how much money you end up making or finding from cutting expenses. If you don't actively go save that money in an account, you're never going to be good at saving money. So finding a budget where you can prioritize the savings ahead of time before you determine what your spending money is the best bet for you. I recommend the anti-budget, which is the budget that I love and teach and use. If you want to learn more or get trained and figure out how to implement the anti-budget ASAP, go to wanderwealthy.com/anti-budget and sign up for my free training, and I'll walk you through all of it and give you a free calculator and tracker and everything. Super easy. On the 11th day of savings, my true love told me to do an 11-day cooking challenge where I cook from home and stop eating out so much. Yes, it's true. From my clients to my money program members, their biggest money suck is eating out at restaurants or ordering takeout. And you should absolutely be allowed to do this if you can work it in your budget, but if you want a place to start saving money, try cooking from home and creating a meal plan for yourself so you don't waste food. Figure out actually what you're going to use in your recipes, and then go buy those specific things, prep the meals for the week, and eat those meals throughout the week. It's an 11-day cooking challenge because I needed something to fill number 11. But I think that's a great place to start. It's more than a week, so you're really challenged to get through that weekend, but it's less than 2 weeks, so, you can treat yourself. On the 10th day of money savings tips, my true love told me to get creative about the hobbies that I have and stop watching so much TV. The truth is that paying for cable can be expensive, paying for other sources of entertainment can be expensive. I'm not saying to give up your hobbies, but I am saying that if you are paying to go out a lot, to go to concerts and watch TV and do all these things, but it's not really your most valued form of spending money, then get creative and find something that is an alternative that is just as fun, just as fulfilling, and just as entertaining. There's plenty of ways to save money on entertainment. I mean, just go outside, go to free museums, go walk around your city or drive to a new city and explore that one. Another thing that I like to do is turn the hobbies that I'm already spending money on, the things that are important to me, like my fitness, for instance. My gym membership also turns into my social hour. It's a way for me to interact with the people that also go to my gym. We have great conversations. We enjoy hanging out there because we're all working on a common goal together. And it's just a great way for me to entertain myself while also getting healthy and saving some money. Obviously, I'm spending money on my gym membership, but I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. On the 9th day of money saving tips, my true love told me to make my own gifts. DIY. I am a huge fan of writing heartfelt notes and taking the time to write a long note, or creating 365 things that I love you about for my mom on handwritten notes, instead of buying something that I know the person that I'm buying the gift for isn't going to use. I think that making your own gifts, getting creative, and saving money in that regard on not having to go spend money on things that people probably aren't even going to use in the first place, but getting creative and making your own heartfelt gifts can actually pay off a lot. On the 8th day of money savings tips, my true love told me to build a capsule wardrobe. So as you know, I've been going through the closet clean out process and building a more capsulized wardrobe for myself. What does that mean? A wardrobe that is made up of fewer pieces, but that I can have more combinations with, and it's of good quality stuff that I know makes me feel good and look good. So I'm spending less money on shopping because I feel like I need to shop, or shopping because I feel like I need those latest, newest, cutest boots, and spending more time on thinking about what I actually really value wearing and actually just wearing that. Even when you get closer to the holiday season and you want to like festive up your outfits, I try to strive for more of sticking with my standard outfits and then just accessorizing for the festivities. So depending on how festive you are, you can be your own judge, but building a capsule wardrobe and dwindling down your outfits to things that you actually love and enjoy wearing and you know are going to sustain you for as long as, you know, good durable clothes do, then you can end up saving a lot of money and time and effort and energy. It's great. On the 7th day of money savings, my true love told me to wait 1 week, aka 7 days, until I actually buy the thing that I wanted to buy today. So this is one of my best money saving tips and hacks, is that when you are out shopping and you're tempted to buy something, pull on the reins, push on the brake, whatever your thing is, and go home and think about it for 7 days. If you still want it just as badly, if you're still thinking about it just as strongly 7 days later, then you know it's probably worth the investment. If you're not, then good thing you didn't buy it. On the 6th day of money saving tips, my true love told me to save for things that happen throughout the year that I usually have to pay for, sometimes semi-annually, so every 6 months. So this is a trick that I teach a lot of people to do in my money program, and that is to figure out what your necessary spending requirements are throughout the year, but that only happen once or twice a year. Things like the holidays that happen once a year, weddings that happen once or twice a year, maybe summer and winter. Also, bills that you have to pay. I personally pay for my gym membership once a year because I can save a lot of money by paying in full, by paying ahead of time 1 year. I also like to pay for my car insurance once every 6 months. I pay it in full instead of paying it monthly, just so that's one less bill that I have to worry about. So how do I do this? Well, I save throughout the year, so I'm still kind of paying that bill, but I'm just putting it towards my savings account. And then when that time comes, when the payment comes due, when I have to re-up my membership, I go and I pull from that savings account and I pay the bill. Or when that expensive time of year comes to pay for all those weddings in the summer, I have savings that I've saved up every single month throughout the year that I can then spend money on. Think of what your goals are in 6-month increments or 1-year increments, and then split that up, divide it by 6 months or 12 months, however long you are until that goal happens, and start putting that money on a monthly basis into a savings account designated for that thing. On the 5th day of money savings tips, my true love told me to pay off my debt. So if you have debt, especially higher interest debt, anything that's over, 5 to 6%, pay it off. That is a great money saving tip, because if you pay off your debt faster, you'll actually save a lot of money for yourself in the future by not having to pay more interest. On the 4th day of savings tips, my true love told me to rent out my spare bedroom or my empty places in my house. If you have a spare bedroom and you live in a place where you could gather some rent and you don't mind living with other people, which even if you do mind, you might want to consider this, you could rent it out on websites like Airbnb or HomeAway, or rent it out on Craigslist and get a roommate. You could rent out your basement or your attic or the odd room that is above the garage. Anywhere where you have extra space in your home, consider renting it out to someone who could really use a place to live in. This is a way for you to collect extra money to pay down your own rent or your own mortgage, and then you're saving a lot of money and not having to pay that for yourself. On the 3rd day of money saving tips, my true love told me to stop spending money for 3 whole months. I know this sounds crazy, but it is something that I personally do for 3 months. Typically the first 3 months of the year, I go on a shopping freeze. So that doesn't mean I don't spend money on groceries, but it does mean that I do not buy material goods like clothes or hair products or makeup or things that I just don't necessarily need. I probably have stuff at home that I could use up before I end up spending more money. And so I completely freeze that part of my money spending allotment and see how much money I end up saving because I'm not spending that. So if you want to join in on the 3-month money spending freeze on material goods, then go to wonderwealthy.com/FB, because I'm going to be launching that challenge in January. On the 2nd day of money saving tips, my true love told me to negotiate everything 2 times a year. Every 6 months, I should call and negotiate everything. So did you know that you can negotiate your credit card rate and get a smaller interest on your credit card? If you are carrying credit card debt, this can save you a ton of money in interest. You can also negotiate things like cell phone bills, internet bills, cable bills, medical bills. You can negotiate all of those things. You can also negotiate your salary and your promotions. Speak up for yourself, ask for it, and negotiate your little tail off about every 6 months. I did this way wrong. I just figured that out. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. On the 1st day of money savings tips, my true love told me to save before I spend. So this is the biggest thing, and it's kind of a reiteration of what I said for the 12th tip, and that is just to prioritize your savings. So the 12th tip was all about finding a monthly budget, but really at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we're saving our money before we spend it. You see, we've been taught this equation all wrong. We've been taught that we make money and then we spend it, and then whatever is left over we can save. In reality, we should be making money, we should be saving some, and then whatever is left over is what we are free to spend. This is the way we need to start thinking about money. This is the way we need to start saving money. All of the other tips I've already shared about how to cut costs or make more money by negotiating, they don't matter if you don't prioritize your savings first. If I can get across anything during this holiday season or during the rest of the year, I hope that it is this one: save before you spend. So those are my 12 savings tips for the kickoff of the 12 days of Christmas. Let's try to do it the right way now. On the 1st day of savings tips, my true love told me to save before I spend. Negotiate twice a year, go on a shopping spree for 3 months, rent out my spare bedroom or basement or extra space in my house, pay off my debt, save for costly things that happen on an annual or semi-annual basis every 6 months, wait 1 week, aka 7 days, before actually buying the item you've laid eyes on, build a capsule wardrobe, make my own gifts, get creative with entertaining yourself, do an 11-day cooking challenge at home, and every single month. Follow a budget that prioritizes savings. That's it for my money savings tips. I hope that you got something, please, at least one thing out of it. Whatever your favorite tip is, please let me know in the description box below. Make sure you like this video with a good thumbs up and subscribe so you can get the rest of my 12 days of Christmas videos, plus every single video that happens after that into the future when I upload it, which is on a weekly basis. Don't forget to join the Wander Wealthy private community. Go to wanderwealthy.com/FB. Come join the party. Get notified when I launch new programs, new products, new challenges, and whatnot. And until I see you next time or in the community, I hope you wander wealthy. I'm gonna take this mic and I'm gonna stick it on my Christmas tree, because why not? How does that sound?